I just want to be honest with all my thoughts.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am here with a topic I feel like is fun, and at the same time, it's not funny. So many of you may or may not know that recently I became a vegetarian, mostly. And it's taken me a while to get here, but before I became a vegetarian, I would eat meat, and oftentimes I would feel vomity, or I felt like I had to throw up. I felt really, really bad afterwards, and I would have to do like cleanses and stuff. This is not something I shared a lot because I don't go around sharing my personal health issues with other people, but this is something that I felt for years, and I just never told anybody. I just knew that from like an early on age that meat made me feel funny, and so I finally decided to start to go to a mostly plant-based diet, and that is where I am now. That's what I'm doing as far as my diet goes. So it's mostly plant-based. If you see me eating meat here or there, maybe I just don't trust your cooking. I don't know. Maybe your cooking makes me feel funny. I don't know. But I'm not limiting myself to this diet and saying that I cannot eat meat. I think that I just have to do what's best for my body. And if what's best for my body is avoiding meat, then that's what I'm going to do. So all of that backstory just to say I'm going to do a fun video. This video is going to be about 5 lies they tell you. Lies, sis. They tell you about becoming a vegetarian or going mostly plant-based. So right now we live in a good time to go meat-free because everybody is mostly vegan. So anyways, mostly everybody is vegan or vegetarian. And well, it's a trending topic in communities. It really is something that you have a lot more support for than back when I really wanted to be a vegetarian. When I first wanted to be a vegetarian, nobody I knew was a vegetarian, and it didn't go over well when I told my parents, and I just never committed to it. Let's just say that. Never committed to it. So now that I have decided to let go of meat for the majority of my meals, let's say 90% of my meals, or animal products, meat or animal products, so like eggs, dairy, and all those things. I have to specify because people still, they say, oh, you're a vegetarian. Okay, so what kind of meat do you eat? And that would be, no meat, no chicken, no fish, no beef. So anyways, I'm saying all this because I want to tell you about 5 lies they told me when I decided to go mostly plant-based. So put your hat on. It's going to be a wild ride, okay? Why? Like, listen to these stories. I got stories for each of these lies. Let's start with lie number 1. So lie number 1. Let's get on this. You will not be able to get enough protein. This right here is full of protein. So if you see me making a face when I take a sip, it's because of the way it tastes. It is so easy to now find vegetarian food that is packed with protein. You just have to read labels. You have to find out how much protein your body actually needs, because another lie, which we'll get to later, is nutrition and diet and all of that, but we'll get to that later. We're just on lie number 1. Lie number 1 is that you will not be able to get enough protein to sustain life. That's a lie. The lie that you won't get enough protein comes from people thinking that meat is the only source of protein. Actually, plants, beans, and lentils are complete protein. So what that means is that your body may be able to live off of just beans and lentils, but nobody lives like that. We don't live in that type of society in the U.S. You can get a burger, you can get you can get all this food that is packed with protein other than just plants. But majority of sustainable protein can come from plants. So the more you know. So that's lie number one. Lie number two, since I just alluded to it and I don't want to have to go all the way around the world um, to talk about it, is that diet and nutrition. That people believe that if you're a vegetarian, you automatically are going to be skinnier. Now, let me make this point clear. When I decided to do vegetarianism, it had nothing to do with weight loss. I decided to stick with it because of how my body felt, my skin, everything. Like, I felt like I was glowing. Like, I didn't have to, I still wash my face because it's just nasty not to. But, it would be like before, when I was eating meat, anything could cause a breakout. Anything could make little bumps appear. Now, you'll see those little bumps around my face, but that's from putting oil in my hair, because I'm not about to go without oil. So if I have to just wash my face with a more exfoliating soap, then that's what I'll do. But I'm not gonna give up washing my face. Like, that's crazy. I'm not gonna stop doing that altogether. But it definitely makes your skin glow. So maybe I'll do like a skin update since I've been vegetarian. I think I'll do that in a future video. But yeah, the lie that, you just lose weight automatically. No, you don't. Like, there are fat vegetarians. Like, there are people who are, that go vegetarian or vegan and they don't lose any weight because they're not eating healthy foods when they're choosing these diets. And for me, it was not just it wasn't a decision just to lose weight. It was a decision for my insides to be healthy. And that even includes my mood and my emotional, mental health. Just going vegetarian or vegan doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose weight. So just sip the tea on that. Lie number 3. Food tastes good. Food tastes good. So, now, I'm a person who likes flavorful food, obviously. So, let me tell you guys. So, people be telling me food is good. They're like, oh, try this new supplement, try this drink, try this shake, it's good. When you tell me food is good, I'ma expect it to be good. If I take a bite out of it and it's not good, I'm gonna have a problem. But let me tell you something, okay? Because there's a difference between good and good for you. So if food is good for you, but it don't taste good, don't tell me it's good. Tell me it's good for you. Don't say, okay, Shell, try this, it's good. And I take a bite of it and it's flavorless, it's nasty, it just tastes like fiber, tastes good for me, but it's really not good tasting. Don't lie to me. Like, don't lie to me. Don't give me the bite into this and I think it's good and it's nasty. Don't do that to me. I am a vegetarian. I have very few options. And then the point is that most meatless foods are more expensive. So we're going to get into that. We'll get into that later, though. That's one of our later lies. But let's get into this. This good versus good for you. People lie to you all the time, sis and bruh. They'll tell you like, oh, this is good. Like, this vegan cheese is so good. You need to ask yourself some questions if people tell you food is good. First question, do they know what good is? Because good for somebody else ain't going to necessarily be tasting good to you. And you need to figure out if this person knows what good is. Number two, you need to ask yourself when they say good, do they mean good for you? Good for you. Or do they mean it's delicious? You need to figure these things out. 3, how long have they been vegetarian or vegan? Because if a person has been vegetarian or vegan for their entire life and they've been eating this thing that they're pushing to you for their entire life, then they're never going to know what real stuff is supposed to taste like. Okay? So they're going to tell you, oh, it tastes good. Oh, this is good. Sis, don't believe them. Like, don't believe them. Try it first. Don't invest your money in it. If it's not a sample, girl, sis, bruh, leave it there. Leave it on the shelf. Like, if there's no free sample, leave it on the shelf. Okay? So, that's lie number 3. Lie number 4. it's cheaper. No, it's not. It's way cheaper to get meat, to get meat-based products, and it takes more time. But that's lie number 5. We're going to get into that. But lie number 4 is that it's cheaper. It is not cheaper. I just bought a juicer. So this lovely juice you see in this cup, because I'm not promoting this brand whatsoever, this lovely juice that you see in this came out of an expensive juicer. I don't even want to talk about how much money I've had to come out of my pocket with, how expensive the groceries are. It's ridiculous. But I've learned how to save more money, and there's a store I go to called Aldi's, and I love it. So I recommend it. If you have an Aldi near you, go there, because they have some really bomb vegan food, bomb vegetarian food, and it's cheap. So I'm not totally vegan. I like cheese, so I've never tried any of the vegan cheeses, but I've heard nothing but bad things from vegans themselves, so that's a no for me, sis. But that is lie number 4, is that it's cheaper, because it's not. And lie number 5, let's get into it, okay? People say it's quicker. That's a lie. If you have to make a whole salad, okay, salad's quick. But let's say like everybody's grabbing TV dinners. Unless you're at a store like Aldi's where they specifically sell TV dinners for vegetarians, you're not going to be able to find it. Let's say you guys are at a convenience store. You're at a Quick Trip or a gas station, something like that. And you go in there and they have those convenience meals there. You're not going to be able to find anything meat-free unless it's like mac and cheese. So you're going to have to get like something that tastes disgusting or is high sodium just to get what everybody else is getting. And you also have to read the heck out of labels, because Skittles and Pop-Tarts have traces of pork in them. So you just got to watch what you're eating, read the heck out of some labels, and know what you're getting. Because honestly, that's what I become. I become a label maniac. Like, I'm reading everything like, okay, what does this have in it? I have like some vitamins, and I didn't even realize that vitamins can sometimes not be vegan. What they specifically say vegan capsules. So what are the other capsules? Meat? Eggs? Fish? What's in it? But this is vegan capsules. So what the heck is everything else? I don't know. It's confusing out there. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you laughed, because it's been a journey for me as a vegetarian. It's been so it's been so interesting to tell people like, oh, no, I don't eat meat. It's been so interesting finding your voice and knowing when to say no and when to stand your ground. And it's been such a journey. I've lost a lot of weight doing it. That's just a perk for me. It's not the goal. The goal is to make sure that I feel better on the inside, and that's what it has been for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this informative and yet hilarious video, because finding out the lies that people tell was actually fun and hilarious. So until next time.